Hello everybody, this is your daily tarot reading for Monday the 6th of April 2020. Thank you for joining me. I'm using the Wheel of the Year Tarot for this reading. I've had this deck for ages. It was one of my first decks and I absolutely love this deck. So let's have a look at what the energy is about. These readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. And what I do is I try and tune into the day's energy and I ask, how can we make the most of it? How can we use that energy to have the best day possible? So we got the Knight of Pentacles, got the Queen of Swords, and we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. All right, 2 court cards, 3 court cards. So it's all about being at court. And being at court is in a palace with the kings and queens. And intrigues happen and people get poisoned and political decisions are made. And if you're at court, it's a pretty, things look nice, but it can be pretty brutal. And she looks like she knows how to use that dagger. She didn't get to her position by being nice. She doesn't look like she did it by using honey rather than vinegar. I think she threw the whole bottle of vinegar at people. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who's inexperienced with money. He doesn't really know what he's doing with his life. He's running around, he's eating grapes, then he probably spends the night somewhere and has a couple of drinks. Then he gets up in this get up again the next day, gets robbed. It's just someone who's just riding around for no real reason. Other than just being active. He's got no real insight into work or how to make work better. Nor is he an expert at pacing himself so he doesn't lose his energy, securing himself so he doesn't get robbed. And he also doesn't give a hoot about his health. Could not care less. I'm invincible, nothing can touch me. That kind of attitude. So that's the Knight. They're always extreme. The next is the Queen, and she's mastered the element of air. This is the element of earth, money, routine work. That's problematic. What isn't problematic is the Queen of Swords. She knows what's going on. She sees everything and she's not particularly interested in excuses. She is someone who is able to lead. She's someone in a great position of power, and it doesn't just have to represent violence, that she kind of just chopped her way to the throne. The sword can also represent, the pen is mightier than the sword, and it's her ability to scheme politically and to be like Machiavelli and to do all of these little intrigues and things. That's what the sword also could represent. So you see through anyone's BS today. If someone comes along and says, oh, hey, baby, yeah, like I can get you a deal, a book deal, and oh, you're so talented. And of course, why isn't this published already? That's you see right through that. It's just someone who's got a different agenda and is just not worth your time. So in this sense, because you can think really clearly, especially focus on making some progress with your working life, your routine, pacing yourself, connecting with other people in a physical, online way, however you're doing it. And also see how you're taking care of yourself and make sure that you're taking care of yourself well. Because the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles is the one who's mastered money. You see, she's what he has grown into. The gender doesn't matter. After the Knight, he becomes the Queen or the King. And she has got a little vault, a little safe where she keeps her money, and she's abundant and prosperous, and she doesn't get robbed by just wandering around aimlessly. She's got a castle and she's safe. So the element of earth is not under your control today. And the element of earth is what earns you a living. It's what keeps you active. And it's really, really, really important to keep active. I read this in the Kenneth William diaries. It's when the pendulum stops, that's when the despair creeps in. You have to keep the pendulum swinging so that new rhythms can be created and that new relationships can be started. It's very, wow. It's like you can turn around your daily, everyday, run-of-the-mill life today because the Queen of Pentacles doesn't want to stay. She's just spinning her wheels. Yes, so you can turn this card around. Simply, she is looking at him. He's just grinning in a field. She's like, wait till I get you, buddy. I'm going to educate you. So that's you. You look at yourself, the things that may not be ideal, and you see that in yourself, and you're going to be like, oh, wow. My tendency to drink 3 bottles of wine a night doesn't really help me job-wise. Ping! A light has gone off. Eureka moment. When he realizes that, so the big gift of today is an awakening, understanding a truth, an insight. And once you have that insight, you're then able to turn the Queen of Pentacles around. Can you? Yes, almost. And that's when you're able to sort out, so make progress in your working life, your career, in your daily routine. And that involves where you live. It involves how far you drive every day. It involves whether you get up at 6 or at 10. It involves what your routine is. It's everything. We're physical creatures as well as spiritual creatures. It's your money, it's your feeling of security, and it is your body and your health. So it's not just, I have the insight that 3 bottles of wine have really helped me at work. They also don't help you in terms of the liver, for example. So the insights, she seems frightening and pretty formidable, but it's nice to have her on your team because what she's doing is she's looking very sternly. She's like B. Arthur, who I loved. She's looking very sternly at your BS, the things that you think you can get away with. And no one's judging you. It's not other people pointing at fingers at you today. I think that's very unlikely to happen. I don't think this Queen of Swords at all ever resorts to you are guilty. No, it's beneath her in a way. So you can rest assured that because she's on your side, she's going to help you understand what you're doing wrong so that your life can look better. So I realized that about myself, that let's get an example. My sexual problems are bad, and I've been in denial about that. But today I am willing to face the truth, and I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to get some Viagra. And then your daily routine changes and your whole life is different and you're comfortable and you have a beautiful life. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles represents. A fun, happy, sorted life where you have lots of people in it. You feel connected. You feel like you have roots. You feel secure and you feel happy. So it's insight into yourself. It's not self-criticism. It's self-love. I love you so much that I'm going to show you your destructive behavior, your self-destructive behavior. I'm just going to show it to you. And what you do with it is up to you. If you want to look to the future and if you want to progress, some people have given up. Some people don't care. Some people don't want to grow spiritually. Some people don't feel like there's still something out there in the world that they can discover. Some people don't even think about that. Some people are like, I'm a builder, I build houses, and that's the end of it. So, you watching this, you are, first of all, give yourself a pat on the back for being self-reflective. A lot of people cannot be self-reflective, nor can they even admit that there possibly could be something wrong with them, even to themselves. And it's a good thing that the Knight is so willing to learn, because he's so clueless, that you're able to teach yourself how to make your life better in some sort of practical way, whether it's shortening your drive to the work, or it's cutting out the McDonald's cheeseburgers and replacing them with porridge and oats and fruits and berries and chicken. It's about becoming healthier and having a nicer life. And I think it's also turning this around. Part of that is that you don't just have two people who are at odds with one another. You have three people. She balances it out. She's kind of like, yeah, he's my son, I support him, and I respect you. You are a very clever woman. She respects her. You are a very successful woman in different ways. But we can see each other. We can work together to make our inner, he represents your inner life today. We can work together through thinking and through taking action to make life better, to progress, to go from being a knight to becoming a king, someone in power, someone who takes their destiny into their own hands and says, I'm going to have this life. I'm going to live in Jamaica. I'm going to have a wonderful house that I call the Pearl, because there are loads of oyster pearls near the shore, and I'm going to live by the sea and look out at it, and that is the dream. And you see that within yourself, and you realize that, for example, in one case, you realize that there's not enough money there, but it's doable. So then you make changes in terms of your work, you pick up another job, so it's doable. Or you realize that you're completely unemployed and that you can't build that house at all. You don't even have a job. That would give you the motivation to get a job, because now you've got something to look forward to again. Because what I am getting from this day, the biggest gift, is that hope. The hope that through thinking and participating in life, that things and you and everything can be better, more blissful, more joyous, more loving and happier. Court cards count as one. So 1, 2, 3. 3 in numerology is new beginning, plural, new beginnings, and communication. So start talking to new people, please. It'll change your physical circumstances. And that's it. So if you like this video, please hit the red subscribe button here on YouTube. It's a great community here that we've got. So if you click subscribe, you'll be surprised at how many nice people you can meet. Share this video online, please, if you really like it and you want to do free advertising for me. I wouldn't say no to that. Thank you. And also, in terms of personal readings, if you want to have me look at your astrology and your tarot and everything that's going on and answer your questions, head over to gregoryscott.com to order your reading. Also, there's the coupon code Spring Special, 25% off all priority and emergency sessions at the moment. So check that out. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.